All right. Ophiuchus.
Fucus.
Yeah. Ophiuchus.
All right, here we go.
Ophiuchus. Okay.
Here comes the theme music, everyone. Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. Of course, if you want to know more about what Lana does, just look under my chin. It says www.enchantedSky.com. Give her a call at 608-322-7070, and she can give you a reading, help you out, do many, many things as her list is long. Today, a new zodiac sign. Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus?
Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus. Hey, Lana, good morning.
Hi, hey, Kent. How are you?
I'm good.
We were sitting here just talking about it. It's so interesting because how did I come upon this? So I've already known about it. I knew about it way back in like the 70s, 80s. They talked about having a 13th sign because of the different reasons, and I'm going to get them that to a minute. But anyway, and I was looking it up, and it kept popping up on my phone, and I'm just looking at it. I would be on the cusp of an Ophiuchus, and I'm going into Capricorn, which I really am, or going into Sagittarius, I should say. So I really am a Sagittarius with a cusp of Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus.
All right. So let me explain all this. Okay. Let me explain all this. So Ophiuchus, there's 12 signs, 12 zodiacs, 12 months. Well, I can't even tell you when. This is all perpetuated by NASA. I don't know if you knew this.
Right. Yeah.
NASA. Now, isn't it interesting that NASA says that astrology is pseudoscience, but yet they're going to tell us there's another sign?
Right.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that?
Now, they discovered it. What they did is they discovered another galaxy, another constellation, I guess I should say. Yeah. And it's called the Super Serpent Bearer, which in Latin, Ophiuchus means that, serpent bearer. Now, it would change everything in your zodiac sign, but I find it interesting, and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, because it's the same sign as Sagittarius, which I find very interesting. Yeah. And we're going to go over that in a minute. So all I know is, hi, everybody. We are going to be, it's going to affect your times, your dates. Like I know, Kent, you said that you now be a Gemini, right?
Yeah.
Of a Cancer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, I'm still Sag because it's where it sits. Now, here's where they get all this stuff from. Well, 2,500 years ago, when they started doing zodiac signs, what they did is it was based on time, and time is kind of static in the earth because it's not a complete, the axis wobbles. So you end up with more, the time has changed over the last 2,500 years. So now you were saying something about that there should be 13 months, weren't they saying?
Yeah. They're saying that we should have 13 months of 28 days. So I think
I've heard that too. Yes. No, it's not 365 days. It's like, isn't it like 367 or isn't it something like that?
Yeah, 364.
64 days. Oh, okay. All right. Because and ever since, and you know that the axis is off by 2%, right?
Right.
Excuse me, 2 degrees. I mean,
2 degrees.
So, and that was one of the degrees was from when North Korea did a bomb. They blew up a nuclear bomb. And the other one was just a natural occurrence of some volcano somewhere. So they know for sure that the time is off slightly. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Lily says it changed her sign as well, but it didn't really resonate with her personality.
Yep, it did. Exactly. Now I'm going to go through this and then you guys can figure out if you believe this or not. Because I don't know if I believe it, but it's so funny because the Ophiuchus matches my sign and I'm right on that cusp, which is very, but if you ever see it, it's really Sagittarius. It's very Sagittarius. So that's why I kind of, so take a look on here. If you're looking up here, it's a U with a line through it. That would be Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. And it would be between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So that you guys know that, and here are the dates. So can we see them up here? Let's see.
Yep.
So we've got Capricorn. So Capricorn would be now January 20th to February 16th.
Mm-hmm.
See how that changed? And then Aquarius is February 17th to the March 11th. Pisces would be March 12th to the to April 18th.
April 18th, yep.
And you can check this on 216thenet.com. So then we've got the April 19th to May 13th is Aries. Taurus is the 14th to May to the 21st of June. Do you see how that really did change, didn't it? Gemini is 22nd of June to July 20th. My husband would be with Gemini also.
Right. See that.
Cancer would be a 21st of July to the 10th of August. See, they're 3 weeks now instead of 4 weeks. That's what it is. So Leo is now 11th of August to the 16th of September. Virgo is 17th of September to the 30th of October. Libra is the 31st of October to the 23rd of November. Scorpio now is the shortest. That's what's it's only a week. So see how that, isn't that funky?
Right. Yeah,
so Scorpio would now be the 24th of November to the 29th. I don't quite, that blows my mind. That just, that's not quite right. Do you know what I'm saying? And then Ophiuchus would be the 30th of November to the 17th of December. And then I'm right on that cusp. I'm the 19th. So mine would be the 18th of December to the 20th of January. So here's some things that I want you guys to think about this, because you remember astrology is all about time. Now, I know I'm a medium. I know that's what I do. But and what's so funny is I'm going to tell you, when you call me for a reading, I tell you what they tell me, because I'm auditory. I'm clairaudient. Well, I'm clairvoyant too. Anyway, it's just interesting that I will do a reading. I'll say, well, this is what's going on with you. And then we look up their astrology and it's right in the same house. Like, so I'm teaching right now. I'm teaching tarot, you guys. So I got 2 classes I'm offering. If you guys are interested and you want to buy the videos, they're only $15, you guys. I mean, how much cheaper do you want this? I just talked to a lady. She wanted $450 to learn tarot. And I said, I laughed because I probably know more than she did, because I was watching what she was doing. And I'm like, I've been doing this a long time, guys. Anyway, and the astrology, the tarot, they all go together is my point. Okay. So I want you to think, are you a different sign? That's what this is about. So if you are, and like, you would really be Gemini. Most Cancers would be Gemini. I don't agree with that at all, because a Gemini and a Cancer are very different people. They're very, very different. Geminis are usually outgoing. Cancers are very emotional. They can be outgoing, but they're a little more introverted. Here's some things about Ophiuchus that sounds like Sagittarius to me. And I'm going to share this with you guys. Okay. So Ophiuchus, they can procrastinate like a Leo, but they also have no patience. Now that's a Sag. I mean, because it's a fire sign, you're moving all the time. Okay. So then you're outgoing, you're well-educated and positive. That's Sagittarius again. See what I'm saying? Curious, inquisitive, well-educated, ambitious, great sense of humor. That's a Sagittarius. Okay. Now here's the faults of a Ophiuchus, because it's a Sagittarius. I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Let's see. They're prone to arrogance, and yes, they can be. I'm a Sag, so I'm going to insult my own sign. I've met a lot of narcissists who are Sages. I have met quite a few. I try, so that's why I go out of my way to make sure I'm never being narcissistic. By the way, if you think that you might have some narcissistic qualities, because we all do, by the way, every single person has narcissistic qualities. You know that, right?
Yep.
But if you are questioning that you're narcissistic, you're not. Did you know that? So just remember that. Okay. All right. So This is some other things that are this Ophiuchus. I say it's Sagittarius. You tell me what you think. I'm getting a lot of stuff on TikTok. I got a lot of people on TikTok saying that they agree with me. That this Ophiuchus doesn't exist. Okay. So introverted, they can be, which I'm an ambivert because I can be, I need my alone time.
Yeah.
And that it can be a Sagittarius. Even though we're very extroverted, I need my downtime. And mistrustful, I'm extremely mistrustful of but you know what? I don't know. You know, Sagittarius can be very trustful in a good way, but they can be mistrustful, but they're kind of both. But I know I am generally always questioning, okay, what do you want from me? But that's my experiences from life.
Sure.
People doing that to me all the time. Now, they are secret keepers like a Cancer. Do you keep a lot of secrets? Cancers are tendency, they're notorious for that.
I would say no. I can't tell you if we do or not.
There you go. There you go. They can be vengeful. They can be jealous. That's Ophiuchus, and I still say that those are some qualities of a Sag. So
that way, there's a snake there.
Yes. Yeah, I'll show the picture again. It's, if you guys want to look this up and you're on TikTok, I'm on my podcast right now. So it's being on Facebook, Instagram, where else 216 Net, YouTube, and on here on TikTok. So if you want to look at he's holding a snake between his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the snake bearer, or the snake, I want to say almost like a snake charmer.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, and the sign of Ophiuchus is a U with a line through it, because, you know, the line represents the snake. So here's my thoughts on it. Okay. You're November 20th. So you're right at that cusp. Lathagati. Okay. You're right at that cusp. See, and then what would it do? Would it create new cusps also? Because I don't agree with this. And why I don't agree with this, and I'm going to tell you why, is that makes Scorpio 1 week. Scorpio is 1 week.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I don't agree with that. So I thought I would just tell you guys, because I had a lot of people asking me if you ever heard of it. And I'm like, yes, I've heard of that. There's a 13th sign, and that it would push most Cancers to Gemini. And I knew that too. And there are some people that I'd say that are Cancer that would be more Gemini, but I just, you know, you guys got to understand that it's time. It's not signs. It's not constellations in the sky, but it's placement. Because the earth is always moving, and all it is a snapshot in time. It has to do with E = MC squared. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says about astrology. The astrology works.
Yep. Now
I'm going to tell you, I was just telling Kent that my husband and I have been married 34 years. I know it's a miracle. Nobody's married that long anymore. Anyway, and I always, you know, I'm starting to learn astrology. I just took a class in Taos. I'm taking a class with a really well-known astrologer because I want to master it. And because as a psychic and medium, I'd like to have it as backup. And it has been backing me up a lot. Anyway, I'm looking at this, and his chart, he's got the same North Node as I do. That's important, because that's what you do for a living and who you are. And so we are working on the exact same thing in our life path. So that's more than a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Right. Also, not to mention, he's a Cancer, and Cancers are extremely attracted to Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising and a Capricorn cusp, Sag Capricorn cusp. So there is a reason why. And when I looked at these charts, and you guys, trust me, you know, thank you. Somebody said, congratulations. Thank you. We have it's June now. We got another month, but it'll be, let's see, 1987. So what's that? 35 years? 35 years. Wow. Mm-hmm. God, that's like, man, I've had the last name of Hartgraves longer than I have Duncan. So go figure about it. Yeah, go figure.
I've had Jones my whole life.
Yeah. Haha. So, anyway, back to what I'm saying is I don't care. It says in that chart about marriage, and it says, now what's so interesting is his transformation. By the way, Scorpio is transformative this year. Take a look. I've said this a million times, you guys. So what you need to do is my astrology gumbo is not working. I don't know what he's done. He's screwed something up again. Go on astrologycafe.com and look it up. Find out where your Scorpio sits in what house. It'll be in a box. It'll be Roman numerals 1 to 12. But right now, his is in the 9th house of spirituality and financial changes. It's actually the house of religion, finance, and fate. Now, don't you think it's interesting that and it also, here's the most interesting, I'm trying to write a book, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get my PhD.
Yes.
And it says in there, part of that house is about your significant other writing a book. And in his chart, see what I'm saying? They overtwine, you guys. So you pay attention, because whoever you're with, pay attention to their chart also. It'll even tell you when you'll get married and what sign they are and everything. I'm telling you, this is correct. The more you know and the more I learn, the more my mouth is hung open. Because 5 years ago, I really wasn't into astrology at all. I was kind of like, yeah, there's some truth to it, whatever. But it's true. It really, truly is. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to be kind of, I'm going to end up having you guys, when you call, and I go on TikTok Tuesdays. I do tarot Tuesdays, and I'm on here on Saturdays. I'm going to start going on just a little more to TikTok. Anyway, so now what's your wife's sign again, Kent?
She is a Taurus.
She is a Taurus, and you are a Cancer. She would give you the stability you need. That makes sense. Okay. You guys do understand? Yes, you are. You are subconsciously attracted to what your weakness is, right? You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just very interesting. Capricorns are very stable people. They're almost like they sometimes say they're the boring people of the zodiac, but see, I got that fun loving Sag in there. So so that's my son. So I'm always like, but yet I'm stable and I'm dependable. And a Cancer is just, no offense to you, Kent, but a Cancer is they always look like they're under control, but inside you're a mess. You just don't tell people. So you can say, I've known you for 2 years. I know I'm right.
Right. Pretty much.
Yes. But you don't want anybody to know that. And you try really hard, but people that know you well, you are. I don't know. Does that make sense on a Cancer?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's so funny because I've got, I don't know, the more I get into it, and I will ask people, what are they? And I'll laugh. I said, I bet you're an earth sign. They'll go, I'm Taurus. I said, I told you. So yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Lily says, I'd say this new zodiac would see more of like a planetary aspect of someone's chart, not a zodiac itself.
It is. I
am
absolutely in agreement with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting that NASA comes out with a new chart, a new constellation, but yet they don't believe in what I do, and they say it's pseudoscience. I just find, astronomy and astrology are completely two different things. So, and yet NASA, I think NASA is trying to open up their mind. I mean, come on, they're saying that there's aliens, and now they're doing probes. We can't deny this anymore. That there's just something else out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had something was very interesting though. I had somebody on TikTok say, "Oh, they're demons." No, they're angels. Hello, you know what I'm saying? Which are you viewing? Just a thought.
MI says, no offense, Kent. I find Cancers moody. I'm like,
yes. Moody. No offense. Also, most Cancers, not everybody, are needy. Yeah. I'm sorry, they are moody and but you know what? I'm a Pisces moon. I shouldn't be talking because I'm the queen of the water signs. I mean that the Pisces is we act because we want to help everybody. We accidentally create codependence. We have to be very careful as a Pisces not to create a codependent. Yeah. Okay. Now Aquarians are irresponsible a lot of times with money. I'm sorry, Aquarians, but you are. My husband, they don't get the money thing because their heads are in the clouds all the time. Do you know what I mean? They're like, kind of like the age of Aquarius, right? And so my husband is a Cancer Aquarius. So he appears like he's so Aquarius, like he appears like an Aquarius. And I just have to laugh because I knew he was a Cancer and I didn't know his sign because we didn't know exact birthday time. So make sure you are looking at your birth time. It makes a difference. For example, okay. Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, you can see me because I don't see myself on my screen. And I don't know why, but it's not showing up.
Yeah, it looks like you anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because on my screen I don't see you. I just see part of you. But it's because of my my iPad. Anyway, so with some little facts, by the way, about some of your signs. You guys don't realize, you know, if you're an earth sign, you're probably good with money. And granted, I'm a medium. I don't need to look at them, but I do. Because I'm starting to get into an intuitive astrology is what's going on. And I'm just fascinated that this crap works. Okay. It works. It works. It really does. And I actually, can't, you know, I told you were in a transformation, didn't I? Before it all happened, didn't I?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. And
I said, looking at your astrology, I did not. And see, I use my psychic ability a little bit combined with you guys, but a lot of it is just the fact that there's certain planetary things that are, and we all know that time repeats itself. Patterns repeat itself. Time. So I don't care what anybody says. I still think that they're going to find at some point, they're going to be able to prove that this is true. I don't care what they say. They can say that everybody can say that it's pseudoscience. How come then they have proven way back in the 50s that people have a tendency to pick jobs that go along with their signs? Why? Okay, if it's all not true, I'll never forget. I had a professor in college that did that said, you know, it's all pseudoscience. And I said, and I raised my hand and he made fun of me. And I'll never forget because I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. I told him right in the middle of class, you wait. You will find that this is more accurate than you will ever guess. And that was all I said because I really wasn't into it at the time, but I just knew that there was something to it. I never really kind of said, yeah, maybe, you know, it is kind of accurate. I never really studied it, and let it go. Well, the more I get into this, I mean, and I'm so excited to taking my classes. So, and by the way, if you would like to take a class and share a class, my tarot, I'm going over the tarot cards. Now, so far we've done the major arcana. So see my cards. Anyway, this deck, by the way, is 25 years old. At least. No, wait, you know what?
I like the Snoopy ones.
Yeah, you like the Snoopy ones? I still got them. Yeah. This deck, I've got, you know how you always have something you're attached to?
Yeah.
And it's like you use it until it doesn't work anymore. Yeah. It's about 1997, 95. So yeah, they're almost 30 years old.
Almost.
And this is the same deck, guys. And you can see that if you look at it really closely, they're really worn. So, you know. And like I said, I don't need them, but I am going to tell you one thing, that they go right along with astrology. They were written in coordination with astrology. So if you're interested in it, $15, I send you the link. I mean, I don't think you can get any cheaper. I'm serious when I say that. This woman wanted $450 for a course. And I said, like, yeah, there's a lot of us out there that can teach tarot cards. So, and remember, I'm a master teacher. I taught for 31 years. So, a matter of fact, Kent, just a piece of information. I think that the teacher that replaced me is leaving.
Oh,
couldn't handle my job.
Couldn't handle it.
It's you guys, and you know what's so funny? Okay, so back to what I was saying earlier. You guys realize that, yes, I'm going to take questions in about 7 minutes. Okay, that. I originally, my midheaven, I thought I was born at 8:53 in the morning, but I was born at 7:48 in the morning. Now, this is interesting. The time of birth is how your circadian rhythm is set for the rest of your life. So are you a morning person, an evening person, or an afternoon person? Kent, what are you? When were you born?
I was born at 8:28 p.m. on a Friday evening.
So are you a night person or an evening person?
I'm a morning person.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I wonder if you forced yourself. See, that's an interesting time because that's not in the middle of the night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an evening. Are you one of these people that kind of like laxes from about 4 to 6 and then you pick back up again and you have more energy?
Yep.
Yeah, that would make sense. Okay.
Yep.
But I was born at 7:48. I am at my best at 8 a.m. That's why when you guys see me on camera, you see me on TikTok, I'm on at about 8 o'clock because that's my time. And anyway, I thought I was a Scorpio, right? Well, it didn't fit my midheaven because Scorpio, there's just now Scorpio is the most powerful zodiac sign, but no offense, it's ruled by fear because it has Mars. It's ruled by negativity, and it's, what are you afraid of? That's what I ask every time. I see a Scorpio somewhere, and my kids are all, my one daughter's family is, every single one of them has a Scorpio somewhere, like a sun, a moon, or a rising.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are you afraid of? That's the first thing you ask a Scorpio. What are you afraid of? Because that it's ruled by fear, and something you have to get over. So, but anyway, I found out I'm a Libra midheaven, and that changed everything because that made total sense. Libras are the peacekeepers, but they're also the collaborators. I am a huge collaborator when it comes to my job. That's how I work best with, like, I'm learning from you, you're learning from me. That's how it's controlled. And my card, one of my favorite cards is Justice. And that is the card of Libra. That made total sense when I found out my time was different. So pay attention. So, if something doesn't match, or maybe you don't have your time. Now, I know that I have several friends from Mexico, and sometimes they didn't write the time on.
Mm-hmm.
So ask your mother, was I born in the morning? And try to get as accurate as you can, because you probably won't get it perfect. And that's okay too. All right. So just that you guys know. All right. So anyway, thank you for you guys.
You know what I would find?
Go ahead.
If you would take the personality of Jesus of Nazareth and figure out what sign.
You know what? No, you know what?
Because you
on Astrology Gumbo,
yeah.
my person that's developed it, he's been sick. He's got COVID, so there's something wrong with it again. He's been adding stuff. Anyway, and he said, you know what? He put on there, AD or BC, and he goes, because you can figure out Jesus's birth date that way. And I kind of chuckled at him. I'm like, but I've had people ask, like, could we figure out famous people from the past? And I'm like, sure, you could. So yeah, you'll have to take a look at that, but it's just interesting. So what do we got for questions?
Is it time? Well, Kelly.
No, I guess see some comments. I see lots of comments coming up.
Kelly says, good morning, everyone. Spot on. My mom is a Scorpio, and she's afraid something bad will happen to us.
Yeah.
Deb says, I'm Gemini sun and moon and Taurus rising. What's that mean?
Oh, it's Gemini. You're okay. Gemini's really fast, you guys. If you're a Gemini, sometime in your life, you're going to flip your life. I'm going to tell you, I've not seen a Gemini that hasn't in some way. Gemini is like, you're two different people. Like in certain situations, you're this way, and in certain situations, you're that way. They call it the twin for a reason, because you almost got a shadow self of yourself. And they're usually very likable. They're also very good verbal communicators.
Yeah.
So very creative. Yeah, I want to say that the bad thing, now I always say one bad thing or a couple bad things about the sign is they can be two-faced, because they can flip, because they could be two different people. That's the only bad thing I can think, but I've got a lot of friends that are Gemini.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Lily says, imagine my state of fear. I'm a double Scorpio and Gemini moon.
Oh, you know what? Who was that, Lily?
Lily, yeah.
Hi, Lily. You know what? You're in a transformational year. This is huge for you. This big, with Scorpio sitting like that, I can guarantee, because until the beginning of next year, something big is going to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you something else about Scorpio really fast. Scorpio came into Pluto, which is, it's in its own, it likes to be there. Okay. And it started, and the beginning of this country started around the same time, 243 years ago. So that's why the United States is in a huge transformation. We all know it. We all know this, what I'm talking about. But also, if you don't make the changes and you have Scorpio sitting there, the changes are going to be made for you, and they're not going to be pleasant, because Scorpio, like I said, has something to do with negativity, and fear. So that's why sometimes people think that Scorpios are crazy. I don't know if you ever heard that. No, they're just so powerful. They don't understand that they manifest like crazy. So Lily, what are you at? What do you got? What do you need to do? You need to do it. Okay. So go ahead and do it. You need a transformation of some type. I'd have to look at your chart. Yeah. So if you want to schedule an appointment, I am $20 off right now for half-hour reading. So if you want to, I'm dirt cheap. It's $50. I mean, come on. I came down in price because I know the gas price is horrible and it's ridiculous. And I know people are struggling. And so if you want to just make an appointment in shanettsguy.com, you can make an appointment with me. Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah. Mel B, good morning, just says Geminis have not been so likable in my experience.
Yeah, you know what depends on what her sign is, because certain signs don't like each other and certain signs love each other. For me, it's Leo. I always get along with Leos. I like Leos. Leos and Sagittarius get along. Now, I being a Capricorn, I should like Cancer. My best friend's a Cancer. See what I'm saying? There is, and that's the ones I like. There's a couple that I don't really care for, but it's not like. But I've always met exceptions to the rule, so I always keep my mind open for that. So okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah. Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. Jess Furman. So I was born Friday the 13th in April. I've always heard that I should have bad luck. It's very confusing.
No, not necessarily. I know some people that that a 13 is a 4, has to do with home and family, yep. and that it can be good luck. I've heard some people say the number 13 is good luck.
That's my
Friday the 13th was when Jesus died. That's where that comes from.
That's my lucky number.
Is it?
Yep. Nate says I'm a Scorpio and I'm afraid of trusting other people, but I'm a positive person. Usually type to look at the glass half full and not half empty.
Good. Okay, if you've got that in there, you may have a Sag or a fire sign somewhere. That could be your rising. Okay. See how you're a blend. You're not just one sign. You're 4, 5, 6, okay. So I think it's about that.
I'm the guy who looks at it and says the glass is too big. All
right. Okay. It's about that time. So here we go. Questions.
All right. Garnett Kender asks, any messages from my sister, Linda?
Did she have long brown hair? Kind of like not real dark, about maybe a little darker than this shade right here, my shade. And ask because somebody's coming through like that. The hair was straight. Ask get back to me and see, because that is the person talking to me right now. So I'm wondering if it's for you. If it's for you, there's some type of, is there somebody's birthday or anniversary or something coming up for you? It seems like there is, because she's sending me blessings and giving me pictures of something to do with somebody's holiday date or anniversary date. Nice. So, okay. All right.
And then Sonny says, hi, Lana. My ex is in jail. Do you see his release soon?
Nope.
That was quick.
No, I'm no, really.
Garnett Kender says short
hair.
Yeah, must be.
That's interesting that I got that. Ask her if you always did she always want long hair? But it was I got the right color. I feel like there's long dark hair down to who could it be? Now, is that you guys understand, as a medium, I can't control who comes through. I can ask. Right. But sometimes somebody wants to come through else. They'll come through else. That could be a grandma. That could be an aunt. That can be a sister. You know what I'm saying? It could be a brother, a friend. But somebody's coming through for her with long, dark, straight hair. It's very pretty hair. It's shiny. It's healthy. It's down to their waist. Wow. And I'm not sure why. That could be her, and she always wanted dark hair and long hair. I know that's crazy, but they appear how they want, because remember, they revert back to 30.
Yeah.
So you can look any way you want. A lot of times they'll appear how you knew them, but sometimes, if they're, no offense, if they were a little vain in lifetime, they'll appear like they're real young again because they looked good. And you have to remember those personality things. Vanity is a little bit of a sin, but at the same time, pride in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, your personality doesn't change on the other side. So if you have a hot temper, you're always going to have a hot temper. but you're probably going to be able to control it better on the other side because there's nothing to make you mad. So, you know what I'm saying?
Garnett says she has long hair. I have long hair. So
You have long hair. This person does too, though. Just to let you know, I feel like it might not be a sister. I feel like it's an aunt or a grandmother. It's somebody above you. And she was real kind of short too. So just to let you know. So get back to me who that is. I don't understand. Think about this. I want to say there's an N somehow. Nancy, Nicole, and I could be getting a middle name. I get a middle name a lot. I read online, you guys, and I have one where they go into chat and they want all this information on chat. Well, chat doesn't work like this. You have to be talking to me verbally because I'm a verbal learner and I express myself verbally. Yeah. And I told this guy that his wife, I told him that she thanks him for taking care of her. I described her, but I said another guy came through first. Who is this? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, it is somebody I don't miss. And I went down and tell him that she's reading books, but he gave me a 1 rating because he says I didn't connect. I'm sorry, but I kept saying, well, who's Mary? Yeah. And he's like, I don't know. Finally, he goes, well, that was her mother. I said, well, she's giving me the M name. She's telling me that's who her mother is, and she's probably there with her. And he's like, what a fool. I'm sorry, but you get to a point when you've been doing this for so long that you're just sick and tired of people's crap. There you go. So, you know what I'm saying? If you can't figure this out, I'm not going to do it for you. Yep. So don't mean to be abrupt and mean, but we all, as psychics and mediums, we are there to serve you, but we also are tired of your crap. So, you know what I'm saying? Seriously. Right. Who would give you a 1 rating when I gave you names, places, dates, just to be an ass? I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm off. Hey, it's metaphysical meanderings, and I'm meandering. So now back to what we've got for you guys' questions.
Christopher Trevino says, is Nadine Hughes going to win her pageant?
Okay, Nadine Hughes. All right. So with that, I understand. Who is that? So I understand because I need to understand. Okay, now so that you guys know, when you give me really, that's very specific, but I need to know who that is. You got to be specific. Any messages? No, you have to be specific because I've got approximately 1 million people watching right now. Yep. My podcast has got probably, but I noticed the numbers have gone down. They're more like 750,000. I noticed that, Kent, because I finally have been able to find, and I'm keeping track. So they have gone down a little, but still, there's so much energy that it's hard for me to, if you're real specific, I can get right to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to be very specific.
So she's a drag queen in Austin.
That's what I thought. Is she going to win? That's what I thought so. No, she's not going to win. I think she might be a runner-up. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, here is Emery. Will you get the funeral job? That's an interesting question, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Amber, will you get pregnant soon? Amber, you will be pregnant before the end of the year, but so keep trying. You are supposed to have now, I don't know how many kids you have now, but there's 2 and 3 involved. And they have light colored hair. Is that possibility? Because I think there's a boy, if you had any children yet, because I see a girl and I see 2 little boys. One, I'm not sure, it's funny because you guys get to choose if you want 3 kids. And sometimes people will choose not to have one. And then sometimes they're destined into your chart. And some people say, well, no, I decided not to. Now, if I looked at your astrology chart, I can see that you've been pregnant 3 times, that maybe even 1 was miscarried. So I can also see that. And you can also see that here. Can't you remember that? I've shown you a million times. This is accurate. 1, 2, 3. And then there's like a 4th line up here. I have 3 children. This from here to here is and that was me on TikTok that went viral with over 1 million hits on that. So it's accurate. I don't care what anybody says. Now, if you look really close, you see all these little webs. Now look I've got grandkids popping in, and they're starting to pop it in. So there's a line. Here's a line. I'm going to have like 4 to 5. We have a lot of grandkids. I've got 4 now. So I'm probably
otherwise just have fun enjoying the, time getting there.
You're right.
Anna,
You're right.
Anna says, Anna Vaughn, good morning, says, I have another career question. 2 interviews scheduled in a couple of weeks. If it goes well, should I go or stay where I'm at and wait? It's for inpatient pharmacy, which is busy.
I feel like now this is Anna, right? I can't see the questions on my iPad. I'm going to have to like go back to a computer again.
So
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's weird the way my iPad is. Oh, there it goes. I got it. I can see it now. Hi, Anna. I had it too big, you guys. I made it larger. Anna, you're in a transformational year. I think you need to go with it.
There you go.
That's simple. Okay, hold on. Will my husband, Frank, get hired for his job he's going to see on Monday? Yes, he's got to go through a lot of hoops. 3 or 4 times or something, like interview or something. There's hoops he's got to go through. But I do see him because I see there's a pay increase coming for him somehow. Okay. All right.
Kelly Furman, our good friend, says, what career path should I be taking?
Kelly, are you currently on computers and dealing with numbers? Because I see that and I don't understand that. Now people are like, well, no, I'm in the creative field. But Kelly, yeah, get back to me. Tell me your astrology, and then tell me, because what I see, it could be what you're currently doing or what you should be doing. Because I'm seeing a lot of computer stuff. People are like, well, I'm a nurse. Well, are you on the computer adding stuff all the time into the computer and organizing everything? Do you see that's what I see? So, yeah. So, all right.
Just saying hi to Lo B, Virgo from Australia. Good morning to both of you. All right. So the Facebook user doesn't give us a name, but says, I'm a twin in Gemini, and this may be tough without a name. I don't know. Always wondered about our other sister who passed.
Did she have blonde hair? Was it light colored hair? I think she might be a guide. There's somebody coming through really, really strong with light colored hair. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys really, really fast. When I read for you, I always say hair. Now, I know it's a me as a personality thing. You know, when I taught school and I had 750 kids at a time, and one school, I was in 2 schools for a while. There was 1,500. I mean, I taught a lot of kids. I was an art teacher. And I would remember you by your hair. So if you had long blonde hair, that's how I remembered your name. It's what I pay attention to. And then I would be like, well, and then I'd sometimes mix girls together if they had long blonde hair. And I'd say, well, your name is either Alexis and they'd be like, oh, and I said, because you both have long blonde hair. So if you guys understand the way I'll say, well, the hair's short and it's curly or it's red or that's why. It's just my personality. Then they show me how tall they are. Then they show me their eye color. And then they show me something quirky about themselves. So that way we can identify for sure who it is. Now, here's a funny thing. If your name is like Aloysius, I would never get that. I might get Al if you have a nickname of Al.
Right.
But now why is that? It's because you have to break a sound barrier, and I'm clairaudient. And what I mean by a sound barrier is they're on the other side, another dimension. There is a sound barrier that must be broken. I will hear your middle names a lot because they will always say, like, my name is Aloysius Marcus or something. You know what I'm saying? And I will hear Marcus. So you have to, so if you're wanting somebody to come through, please make sure. And I thought this was just me being quirky. I've talked to a lot of other mediums and they say the same thing. They'll get middle names a lot, or I'll also get who you're related to. So I am the daughter of Marilyn. And I will hear Marilyn, who's Mary. And I will get Mary. I'll be Mary, Marilyn, Maria, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who. And then all of a sudden it'll occur to them, well, you know, my grandmother's name was Maria. I said, well, is this your mother? And she says she's the daughter of Do you see? I can't control that. That's how they speak to me, and that's how I communicate. And like I said, it's very, very normal for all psychics and mediums to have that happen because that's how they communicate. Okay.
Yeah, Lily says that she's that way too. And when she's doing Reiki for people, people come in from the other side, and she'll notice them by their hair.
Yep, yep. And it depends on the person. Like some people say, "Oh, what beautiful." And I will notice. Now, this is interesting about eyes. When I notice their eye color, and I can see my eyes are actually kind of a turquoise blue. They're not blue. They're like a green almost. But they'll say the eyes are light, or I will say they might be blue, but they're so dark I can't see. Now, there are people. I know my granddaughter. My second granddaughter has very dark blue eyes. They look brown. When you get up close to her, they're just a really unusual dark blue color. Now, my daughter has eyes that are so light, they look white because they're such a bright blue. So, and I will say, oh, those eyes are dark, or those eyes are light. So that or the skin is dark, or I will say that they seem dark complected.
All right.
Okay.
So we got time for one more. We're gonna go with Loobee, or Loobee. She is our Virgo from Australia.
Okay.
51 years old. I've been single for 22 years. Please, any insight when I will find my love?
It's going to be a while. I think actually you may have written this into your chart. And I don't want you looking, because you guys do know that there's something to that. When you're not looking is when they fall in your lap. I'm going to tell you, I'm dead serious. I've witnessed it myself and have seen it many times. Because I think that when you're really looking, it creates almost like a desperation, and that energy is picked up by other people. It's kind of a turn off. Do you know what I'm saying? But not that you're I don't mean that way at all, Luke. But I'm just saying, don't look. But I do want to say it's going to be a little while yet. Maybe about 1.5 to 2 years. Okay.
The Facebook user is our good friend Tony Spina.
Oh, it's Tony Spina. Okay.
Yeah, and she says yes.
Yes, kind of a blonde.
Yes, dirty blonde.
She's acting. One of you guys have kids. You guys have kids. She's acting for one of your children. One of your children's guides.
Nice.
Big time. And I want to say that one. It might be a girl, and I swear she's artsy or. She might even be able to do what I do. So it's something like that, because you do know that that's a creativity thing. If you are a psychic and a medium, and you're also an artist, or you're into like creative and artsy stuff, they all go together.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hey, that puts us right at the backside of this. It's a busy weekend for all of us here at 21/6 of the Net. We can't thank you enough for spending some time. If we didn't get to your questions, we apologize. But what you can do is go to www.enchantedsky.com. That's SKYE.com, and set a time, and Lana can give you a one-on-one. She is absolutely the best. And I would love for you guys to just touch base with her that way. And it's just, trust me, if you got those questions, you can answer them. But for all of us here at 21/6 the Net, thanks for getting caught in the net with us this morning. And until next week, be good, folks, but more importantly, be good to each other.